Hi Virgo, this is your September 2018 horoscope. So let's tune into the guides. We'll see what's going on for you guys at the beginning of September. Beginning of September for Virgos. Virgos for the beginning of September. Okay guys, so leading up to, this is up to about the 10th of the month here. Okay, so around the 5th of the month, I am seeing that you will be feeling a little disconnected. Maybe you are lacking some passion as well. You know, I'm getting the sense that there are some things you need to cut out of your life, but you're having difficulty doing that. And it could be definitely friends or family members, maybe cousins even, or siblings that you just need, some closure with, or like to spend less time with them. And time doesn't necessarily mean in physical space. So what they're showing me is even, just communicating with them over the phone, through text, through Facebook. They're just occupying a lot of your mind space, which is, blocking your ambition. And there's this real sense that you just want to make a new family or a new community. But again, just going back to not being able to cut the right people out, or being able to let go of some people. I am around the 10th, so right after the new moon. The new moon is in your sign in Virgo on the 9th. So I am seeing what that brings for you is the end of difficult situations. So we're working with the 10 of Swords here in traditional tarot. So in this deck, it's the 10 of Winter, but in traditional tarot, it's a lady laying on the floor, and there's 10 swords in her back. It's not a very positive image, but what it does mean is that, it's over, it's done. There's no coming back from 10 swords in your back. Like something that was difficult for you, that took the life out of you, literally, is over now. You can move on. It's a new beginning of sorts. A lot of weight lifted off your shoulders. So I do feel like that new moon, which is also the time Venus enters Scorpio in retrograde. So Venus starts retrograding around the 3rd of the month, and that's going to go on till December 18th. So Venus enters Scorpio the same day of that full moon. So that's a time of reflecting on where you are putting your, specifically your love, or your admiration, your energy, even your passion. And so I do see that it's reflective here. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So again, or the Ace of Spring in this deck. So again, there's a sense that there's a time, it's time to take action, but you're not able to take that action. And I just feel, again, like it has a lot to do with these people that are not really, it could be a third-party situation in the sense, like the Three of Pentacles is coming up in reverse. Yeah, so let's just look a little bit deeper after the new moon and see, because whatever that was leading up to that new moon, maybe it was just on your mind from the past. People that aren't working for you, people that are holding you back, knowing that you need to connect to a more spiritual community, a deeper community, people that actually you can rely on as a mentor or a role model. But again, this Queen of Swords in reverse is coming up. So this could be someone, a mother figure, a grandmother figure, someone that's really even verbally abusive. The card that's jumping out is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This person is taking away from your family's happiness or your own personal happiness. And, it's just an indicator here to me that you need to take measures to ensure not only your financial future, but your physical future or your health as well. So this is taking a toll on your health, this situation with this particular individual or individuals, because remember the Three of Pentacles is coming up, so it's like a group of friends or siblings that are just not really in your corner, and I feel like you know that. You know that. And so that new moon brings more light to that. So let's just see after the new moon what goes on for you guys. For Virgos after the new moon. Virgos after the new moon in September. There's definitely a need for lots of fours coming up. Interesting. So we got the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, Four of Swords, all in reverse. And right smack in the middle, we have the Three of Swords. So there's a loss happening here. There's sadness. And this card is a reminder that time does heal wounds. In traditional tarot, it's literally a heart with three swords cutting through it. This is kind of a prettier image, but still the same message. There's a loss happening. And with all these fours in reverse, and there's also, the renewal card in reverse, I just feel like there's something that is shaking your stability. And I know Virgos like to have everything in order. I know you guys normally do have everything in order. So whatever is going on here, your whole security is sort of on rocky grounds. There's some kind of a loss. So some of you, there's really the only two cards that are in the right position are the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. So both indicate loss. Both indicate new beginnings. Both indicate that you'll grow stronger from the situation. So let's keep going. Let's see what is in store for the full moon in Aries for you guys. Also, remember, Saturn goes direct on the 6th. That is definitely going to help you move forward. We have our fall equinox on the 22nd, so change of seasons happening. Let's just see what's in store for the end of the month for Virgos, for the end of the month. End of the month for Virgos. You definitely, the guides are saying you definitely need more sleep, you need more rest. I'm not sure if you're getting enough of that. There's a lot of busyness in your head, they're saying, like overthinking, analyzing. I feel like you're trying to go back in time and pinpoint the exact moment where everything fell apart. Despite having known that things were falling apart, you weren't really doing anything about it, or didn't really know what to do about it. It wasn't like you were being apathetic, you just actually didn't know what to do. Now you're very much in it, amidst the loss, amidst the ending, and I feel like you're trying, like I said, to pinpoint exactly when it all started, where it came about. Like you're really over-analyzing the situation. It's not helping you get rested and make clear, conscious decisions. So some of the decisions you're making, they're saying right now, are out of tiredness and a lack of clarity. So I would recommend you get as much as possible more sleep, and or meditate to clear your mind. They are also showing me nature, to be out more in nature, to get rid of some of that energy that you have accumulated through loss of sleep, through overanalyzing. Okay, so let's see the end of the month for Virgos for September, the end of the month for Virgos for September, end of the month, Virgo for September. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords coming up. There's definitely a better choice for you, and like I said just a minute ago, you're not seeing things clearly. We got the Five of Swords coming up in reverse. So, you know, you might be focused so intently on wanting to be right, but it's definitely at the loss of a relationship. Now, that being said, you are right. You actually are right. You're being just, you're being fair. But you know, what you're trying to do is prove that you're right to someone that isn't playing fair in the first place. So it doesn't matter whether they are right or not. They're not playing fair. They don't have integrity. They're not thinking from that perspective. They just don't care. It's almost like they don't care. So definitely this card stands out to me, the Seven of Swords. You know, someone is lying, so there's some stealing, or, you know, maybe they're just cheating you in the sense that they're not being fair. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating as in, you know, like infidelity, but there's something there. Now, at the full moon point in this spread, I do see clarity coming to you. I see you embracing who you are. I feel like you've been believing a lie. I feel like you've been listening and trying to understand this other person's perspective or other people's perspective and really taking what they had to say into consideration, but it was at the cost of your own dignity. And I feel like this full moon, what it does for you is it reminds you who you are. This could be influenced by a Taurus in your life, a Taurus man, or someone that's very generous, accomplished, and charismatic. The message here with the King of Pentacles is to be assertive when it comes to what you know is true, which is kind of like, you know, you don't necessarily have to assert it to the other person to prove them, but maybe you have to prove it to yourself. You know, you have to be assertive with yourself and know that what's right or true is actually the truth, and stop kind of going back and forth in your mind and giving other people the benefit of the doubt when they don't deserve that. Now, in terms of career, which we haven't really talked a lot about that, there is a good company you're working for that's standing out here. I am seeing, for some of you, you know, this whole entire situation really takes away from your passion. So these people, this person in particular, is just kind of like almost like an energy vampire. Now, I did a video a long time ago about psychic attacks and energy vampires and whatnot. And some people don't believe in this, but I mean, if you really think about it logically, there are people that drain us. It's just, you know, we know who they are. Most of them might be our family. You know, you don't always have uplifting people in your karmic pool. And maybe you're the energy vampire, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is that you may be draining yourself by simply allowing certain people in your life, because that's ultimately what it comes down to, is always a choice. Like, even if that person in your life is draining, well, you're letting them in your life. So who's really draining here? It's yourself, the choice of allowing someone in your life that is just not bringing anything to the table. Now, I'm just going to end with, so that full moon's on the 24th. So I do feel like you're going to feel more like yourself around that full moon. It's going to provide you with a sense of who you are and how amazing you are. And it's in Aries. There's just going to be a flash, a flicker of clarity. Now, directly following that full moon, I do feel like you're going to go back to feeling unmotivated. You're going to go back to feeling a little bit drained. But that full moon, use that energy of the full moon to really write down who you are so that you can see it and remind yourself of that during this difficult time. So let's see if there's any other messages for Virgo for the month of September. Virgo for the month of September. So this is a beautiful card. It's talking about expressing your individuality and allowing your true self to shine because you're awesome. I just said that. And again, the moon is standing out here. So on the full moon, you're going to feel more like yourself. So I know you're going through some difficulties, Virgo, but hang in there. I will see you again here next month for the month of October. I will post a link to my website, my number if you want a more personal reading that's specific to you, because remember, this is a general reading. You know, if you don't feel like it applies to you, maybe check your rising sign or your moon sign, because I do all 12 signs. And this Virgo video applies to rising, sun, and moon. So I hope that helps, and take care. Bye now.